Yes guys, how's it going? Kenny Finds and Flips here again. Hope you're all keeping well. Got another what's sold on eBay video, so I'm going to run through my sales from the last couple of weeks on eBay. This is a week out of sync. It's now the 26th of April and this was through to the 21st of April, I believe. From the 7th to the 21st of April. Bit of a spoiler, it's not been great the last couple of weeks. I don't know if it's because it's obviously the middle of the month or if we're actually having an effect from the no selling fees for private sellers. I know most of you know by now that I do mostly just sell clothing. So yeah, I don't know what it is, but we've got to keep going, keep listing, keep making sales, and we'll get through it. But yeah, it's just interesting that they announced this sort of reducing fees or abolishment of fees and sales going to drop. Maybe there's a huge influx of buyers at the moment, of sellers, sorry, at the moment, and not enough buyers to keep up with it. It would make sense, you know, you hear it, it's well advertised, it's all over the radio and the TV now that eBay are not giving you fees if you sell clothing as a private seller, so people are going to be jumping on that. So it might just be a little lull, and then people not make any sales either and realise, you know, there's no point in this and it'll go back to normal and it'll be fine. Yeah, but interesting. But yeah, I'm going to switch over just now. I'll jump straight into it and I will catch up with you guys later. So, first up are these Berghaus walking trousers. Now, I've said it so many times over the past couple of weeks. Walking trousers, hiking trousers, if you can pick them up and they're a good brand, even if they're a mid-level brand and you're getting them cheap enough, pick them up, because it's coming to the season now where people are outdoors, people are going hiking, going walking up mountains, those sort of things. So they are selling quite well. You will see a few of these sort of trousers throughout the video. So these were bought on the 11th of March out of a Vinted bundle, £5 and 54 pence roughly each per item. This one sold for £22 after delivery, after fees, giving a profit of £10 and 29 pence, or 10.285 roughly after fees. I have said before, obviously I do offer free postage on most of my items. There are the occasional one that I do charge postage, the higher value stuff, that sort of thing, heavier items, but this one was free, so delivery was £2.94 on that one. Next up, Hugo Boss jeans. These were the Sandrew model. These cost me £6.87 again off of Vinted. They sold on the 3rd. These were bought on the 3rd of March, so they month and a half roughly I had them, which isn't too bad at all. They sold for £31.49, giving a profit of £14 and 94 pence after fees. These were in very good condition, really nice pair here. The Sandrew model, that's one to be on the lookout for. Most Hugo Boss trousers do sell quite well, if I'm honest with you. There's other models that are slightly more desirable. However, the Sandrew is one to be on the lookout for as well. Adidas Golf Polo, the Ryder Cup from 2014 Glen Eagles. I thought this would maybe do a little bit better than it did. Once I took it back and done the comps and stuff, it wasn't that great. Anyway, £3.99 this cost me. Again, this was bought in March on the 9th, so it hasn't hung about too long at all. Sold for £16 and 99 pence, giving a profit of £6 and 66 pence after fees and delivery. Hugo Boss again, Delaware jeans. These were bought March again, the 16th of March. I paid up on these £10, but they sold for £28, so after fees and delivery it was £10 58 pence change, profit rather. I should have straightened that out, that's not the best of photo, is it? And funnily enough, on these ones as well, the crotch was even starting to wear a bit, so I still got decent money for them, even before the crotch was starting to wear. Obviously I did say here crotch is showing early signs of wear, which is correct. However, it still sold for a decent amount. Next up, we've got this book. Now, this book cost me 10p. I know I mentioned in one of the previous videos, local charity chain were doing 10 books, £1. So this was 10p. It sold for £6 and 36 pence. I don't think that's right. Let's say £6 and 36 pence, giving a profit of £3 and 32 pence after delivery and fees. The horse. If you saw one of my charity shop hauls, you would have seen these Leonardo horses. Now, both of them sold, so this is the bigger one. some minor damage and stuff on the base here, and a couple of chips, and there is another one here. Just 2 horses, so they sold together, so giving a profit £15.74 each. So it must have been £30 and whatever that is, £31 something. 282 each delivery, giving a profit. The big one 463 and the small one 663. Obviously they sold together, so I've just sort of put them into an average there. But yeah, don't think I'll be picking up something like this again. It was a bit of a gamble. It was a bit of an experiment, but that's what it is. Backface early, these sell quite well. This one was quite damaged, quite distressed. Anyway, it was bought on. It came out with a boom wholesale order back in at the start of April that I unboxed. So cost of goods, don't really know. However, it did sell for £12.50, giving a profit of £9.56 after fees, but that would be before the sack. That sack is now actually in profit, so anything I sell from here onwards is pure profit, which is great. Fatface Early is a really good seller. People don't mind if it's a little bit damaged either. If you just price it under market, take a few pound off because it's damaged, it'll still sell. Got these Nike shorts. They came out of the bundle, £4.50 each. This sold for £11, so after fees it was £1.58. So as you can see, I'll be buying a holiday because of this sale. Terrible, terrible. I thought because they were all brand new with tags and they were all sort of dead stock, it would do better, but they're not doing as well as I thought, unfortunately. Next up, now Charles Fruit. I don't know how to say that. I butcher it every time. If anyone knows the actual pronunciation, please leave it in the comments. We'll go Charles Fruit. That's the best that I'm doing. Anyway, I said in the last video, I don't enjoy listing blazers, but there's money to be made in them. And if I know they're going to sell, I'll still pick them up. But I really don't enjoy the whole process of listing them because you have to give the shoulder size, which you don't have to do with regular stuff. You have to give the length of the sleeve, which you don't have to do with regular stuff. Anyway, £3.99 this was bought for. This sold for £24, giving a profit of £13.18 after fees, which isn't bad at all. But it's just the fact that they're awkward, and then when you're shipping blazers as well, you really have to turn them inside out. Don't leave the buttons on top exposed when you're shipping them because they can get damaged. So if you turn them inside out so the buttons are almost protected, that's the best way to do it. And then obviously put them in your bit of plastic and then put them in your bag as well, and just ensure the safety of the product. This Burton men's shirt, brand new with tag, size extra large. Picked this up in a Salvation Army. Burton must have donated some of their excess stock to the Salvation Army because there was literally like 20, 30 of these same ones. Which in hindsight, I should have maybe picked up more of them and just done a multi-quantity listing. But I did just pick up the one because I wasn't really too sure if they'd sell. Anyway, this retailed at £35. I sold it for £19.99. I bought it for £4.99, giving a profit of £7.56. Isn't amazing. I said I do like to aim for the £10 mark per item profit, but in hindsight, yeah, maybe should have picked up more of these because I wouldn't have to list multiple. It would just be a one, boom. So yeah, is what it is. Levi's shirt. Less said about this one, the better. This was bought for £2.99 back in December. It sold for £8.50, giving a profit of 96p after fees. That isn't worth my time, my effort, the postage, anything like that. Yeah, let's get rid of that one. Adidas Mellow Ride Club shirt. This also came out of the Boom Wholesale bundle back in April. This sold for £9.99, giving a profit of £4.86. Obviously, before cost of goods was a t-shirt, so yeah, I don't know what the average cost of goods is from those boom wholesale orders, but yeah, you're hoping you're going to make higher sales than that. Adidas camo jumper. This is pretty cool, actually, to be fair. It was a nice soft material. I was tempted to keep it for myself. £5 I bought this for. It sold for £17, giving a profit of £5.39 after fees. Bought this at the start of April, so it didn't hang around too long at all. Arsenal track top. I wanted this out of my house as quickly as possible, so I was quite glad that it sold. This was bought for £10, brand new with tags, extra small. So this was bought from the charity shop, £10 on the 28th of March. So again, didn't hang around long at all. It sold for £30, giving a profit of £10.85 after fees. This one actually had a small mark on it as well. But yeah, I'm almost certain the buyer could get that out after they wash it. So did make that clear as well. Could have maybe got an extra few pounds if that wasn't there, but aye, happy days. Peter Christian jacket. I had two of these out of the Salvation Army, so there was a navy one and then there was a khaki one, which actually sold today, so that'll be on the next What Sold video. Anyway, this was bought for £5.99 at the start of April again, so again, a lot of the stock isn't hanging around long. Wait until later in the video and that's all going to change. But yeah, this was sold for £22, giving a profit of £9.47 after fees. Nice big size, 4XL. Aye, this is exactly what I'm saying. This Star Wars. I don't actually know what this is. The Star Wars potato head thing. This was bought for £5 in November. Sold for £20, giving a profit of £7.80. This was just taking up space. Now I've got boxes because I mostly just sell clothing. It's all sort of boxed up. You can kind of see it if you look in that mirror there. You can see the boxes. This can't go in a box, so this was just sitting on top of my bookshelf and it was looking hideous. So glad it's gone. Next up, we've got this Mountain Warehouse jacket. This was bought on the 16th of March. Again, didn't hang about long. Now, it's coming out of season, so this is a prime example. Just because something's out of season, don't let it stop you picking it up, and don't let it put you off listing it until later on in the year, because it may still sell all year round. Anyway, this was bought for £7. It sold for £24, giving a profit of £9.72. Nike shorts. These were bought for £4.50 back in September, so they hung about for a bit, but back into the season now, so maybe contradicting what I just said 2 seconds ago. This sold for £16, giving a profit of £5.85. Nike hoodie, basic Nike hoodie. I think I got this on a Whatnot stream. It came total cost of goods 2.151428571, and it was bought in February. So it sold for £11.50, giving a profit of £3.66 after fees. And shirt, you know me, I love my Rohan. £6.44. This was bought for out of a Vinted bundle. This sold for £20, giving £7.32 profit. Fat face. This came out of a Boom wholesale order in November. £19.99. This one sold for £13.75 after fees and postage, and then obviously deducting the cost of goods on that as well, so not quite the full amount. Replay jeans. These were £3.41. Must have been out of a Vinted bundle again. Bought on the 14th of April 2023. So these hung about for over a year. Not great. So these sold for £21.85, giving a profit of £10.60 after fees and delivery. So yeah, not amazing. Glad it's gone. Not amazing it hung about for so long. This Honda Haynes manual. Now, some of these Haynes manuals are a hit and miss. Some are worth good money, very good money. Some aren't worth much at all. Anyway, this is the motorbike, the CBR 900RR Fireblade, £92.99. This was bought £2.37 out of a Vinted bundle. It sold for £12.99, giving a profit of £4.41 after fees and delivery. True Religion shirt, basic True Religion shirt. It's got the Buddha on there. struggling with lighting. The issue I've got at the moment, I'm quite limited for space, so I should really get a ring light, but then I don't have the space to sort of. The ring light would be too close to the garment, and I think that would make it too bright. So I'm trying to explore other options, maybe somewhere that I can list my product and stuff like that. It's all right for the lighter product, like the main light works fine on natural sunlight out the window. But when it's like darker stuff like this that's got some embroidery, that's where I struggle. Anyway, again, it was either a whatnot or a vintage bundle. Don't know for sure, but it was £1.93. Sold for £12, giving £4.28 profit. More walking cargo hiking trousers, crag hoppers this time. £1.99 this cost me on the 28th of March. It sold for £15, giving a profit of £6.96 profit. Next up are these Peter Christians. Again, these are trousers this time. Again, didn't hang around long at all. Bought for £3.99 on the 6th of April. These sold for £19.99, giving £9.76 profit after fees and delivery. Big size. Be on the lookout for big sizes with decent brands because they tend to sell quite well. Next up is this Berghaus fleece. This Berghaus fleece. If you saw the last What Sold video, you would have saw that this sold. However, it was returned. It was returned because the buyer didn't read the description, essentially. It's got a broken zip. It's photographed as having a broken zip, and it's also described as having a broken zip. Unfortunately, the bottom, you can't read the full thing, but it does say, unfortunately, the bottom splits when zipped up, so this will need replaced. Anyway, this is sold again, hasn't been returned, so that's the end of it. This time it came out of a Boom wholesale order, so it sold for £9, giving £4.06. And then, yeah, obviously I think I've actually ran a loss on this because after cost of goods and then one set of postage was £2.94, and then the return postage, which would eBay charge like £3.50 or something because it's Royal Mail, I've definitely made a loss. But I've got this thing where I don't refund the buyer. I get it returned and then I refund. I don't. It's just out of principle, you know. I'm not saying the buyer was doing it in this instance, but if it's a low value item, sometimes they'll make a complaint thinking that they might just get a refund without you returning it. So yeah, just a rule across the board. I get it returned and I refund because once you open that door, more and more people will start to do it. These Mayer Chicago trousers, these were bought for £4 on the 13th of April, sold for £20, giving a profit of £9.31. Replay Ambas, so this is a good model to be on the lookout for. Normally they would sell a little bit higher than this, but I'll show you the issue with it. It came, and now I bought these off of Vinted, and the seller did say there's like a line through it. I didn't realise how bad it would be, or it's almost like a rust line. I've never seen anything like this before. I thought I could maybe get it out by washing it, wasn't able to. Anyway, this was bought for £4.04 back in January. It sold for £20, giving a profit of £8.28. But yeah, I've never seen anything like that before. Has anyone else seen anything like this? It was almost like it was just a thing of rust right across. But yeah, you could maybe charge about £34 to £39 if they were in really, really good condition. Unfortunately, they weren't, so I did have to lower the price. G-Star Revin jeans, these hung about far too long as well. These were bought on the 9th of May 2023 for a fiver. They sold for £20 plus £4.50 postage. I used to charge postage on most things, and I think this was a listing that was stuck from that long ago. I actually still had that old policy on it. £12.54 postage, £12.54 profit. Stussy, however you want to say it. Don't know this brand, you need to know this brand. Really good streetwear brand. Been about for ages. Really cool stuff, some of the stuff that they sell, and some of the stuff that they sell goes for insane money. Anyway, this was bought for £3 on the 9th of March. It sold for £32, giving a profit of £19.08. These Marks and Spencer's vests, thermal vests, these were a Christmas present that unfortunately didn't fit. And if you're watching, I do apologise. I've sold your Christmas gift because I lost the gift receipt and it was probably out of period anyway. Anyway, so obviously these cost £0. They sold for £13.99, giving a profit of £8.64. after fees and postage again. And I'm sorry, but it was either that or it goes to charity. And yeah, I'm trying to make money here. Weekend offender, parka jacket. This was on a previous video of a charity shop haul that I'd done. I know at the time it was a bit of a fail. To be fair, I thought it was going to go for more money than it did. This cost me £10. Sold for £22.50, giving a profit of £5.06 after fees and delivery. We've got this Hugo Boss jumper up next. So this was bought on the 6th of April for £5.99. It sold for £23.55, £10.80 profit after that. Nice one, to be fair. Rohan, again, love Rohan. 634. This had a bit of damage, so this went for a little bit less money. 634, this was bought for on the 5th of April. It sold for £15. So it was only £3.15 profit on these ones. They do go for more money. It was just the marking and the damage and stuff. I just wanted rid. Hugo Boss, again, Delaware, 562 these cost. They sold for 30, giving £16.29 profit. Rohan again, these ones were brand new with tags actually. £13.49 this cost. It was bought on the 3rd of February. They sold for £39.99, giving a profit of £14.92. Aye, as I keep saying, hiking gear, walking gear, now's the time. If you've got it, get it listed, it will sell. Levi's 511s, £6.99 these cost. These sold for £18, giving a profit of £5.07. Polo Ralph Lauren trousers. I think these were actually on the last video. Now, interesting story with this one. These got returned, so they sold twice. This got returned. The buyer said this isn't. Well, the buyer wasn't from the UK. Well, she lived in the UK, but it was clear she wasn't from the UK, and English wasn't her first language. So she was like, "These are different from genuine Ralph Lauren." Now, I just thought when she said that she meant because they're Polo Gulf that they're different from like regular line Polo Ralph Lauren trousers. So that was fine. She didn't put like item not as described. She put I didn't like it, and then she returned them, and then I thought that was that, and she left a negative review like a week and a half later, being like not a genuine Ralph Lauren product. And I was like, okay, maybe it was my mistake. Maybe there's something there that I've missed that makes you believe that it's not a genuine Ralph Lauren product. But all the labels and stuff like that would indicate that it is. Anyway, she said, I asked her, I messaged her, I was like, what's making you believe that this isn't a genuine Ralph Lauren product? And she said, this isn't a genuine Ralph Lauren product. I was like, not answer my question. Why? What's making you think it's not a genuine Ralph Lauren product? And then she said, I have been wearing Ralph Lauren all my life. I know it isn't real. But I was like, what? And then I asked again, and I was like, maybe I am genuinely made a mistake here. I'm like, is it a quality issue? Is it the labeling? Like, what's making you think that it isn't real? She just didn't reply, and then she removed her feedback, which I thought was very strange. So, yeah, that made me believe it was a genuine Ralph Lauren product because I'd done my checks and stuff. Anyway, it sold again, and this buyer that's bought it this time has no issues with it, so that's fine. So £15 these were bought for. It sold this time for £27.40, giving a profit of £9.46. But then again, as I say, probably just about breaking even once I account for the two other deliveries, the return delivery and the original postage. Rohan again, escapers this time. This was bought for £4 on the 15th of April. They sold for £25 these ones, so £13.11 profit. Nike dry fit shorts, basic extra small dry fit shorts. These were bought for £1.49. In the end of March, they sold for a tenner, giving £3.73 profit. DKNY t-shirt. This one was brand new with the tags. I got this on Whatnot. £5.38 when you counter in the average cost of goods. This sold for £19.99, giving a profit of £7.17. Another book, The Lies My Doctor Told Me. This was on a Vinted bundle. I think I got it with some clothes. I've bought a few books on Vinted now. and because I've done that, all my vintage recommendations is books, and that's not really what I'm on there for, because it's quite expensive to get. If you get one book, and even if it's £1, you're ending up paying like £4 or something like that after delivery and fees and all this. Anyway, £1.80 average cost of goods. This sold for £12.99, giving £6.28 profit. Finally, we have these vintage Lee jeans. So these were bought for a fiver on the 6th of April. They sold for £25, giving £12.11 profit. Lee Rough Riders. These are ones to be on the lookout for. These are the gold stars. There's another star, silver star, maybe something like that. Here, I'll find it and I'll put it here. Anyway, they go for crazy money. Crazy money. These ones aren't that line. They're an large star, but they were. Yeah, they sold quite quickly and they gave me a profit of £12.11. So happy days. But yeah, breaking that all down, as I say, the last couple of weeks haven't been great on eBay. Obviously, we have other platforms. I'm not going to share my sales on the other platforms because, yeah, they don't charge fees, and yeah, you know why I shouldn't share my sales on there. Anyway, 373 pence, £373 and 63 pence profit from all of those items. That's before cost of goods. So I tend to take, ideally, I want to take half as profit and then reinvest half, because I'm at the stage now where I don't have to reinvest all. And if I do, I'm going to run out of space because I'm just doing this part time. But yeah, that was it. Let me know what you think. Let me know how your guys' sales have been. If you have seen an impact, especially if you're selling clothing, we may get to the stage where we may have to diversify a little bit and look into more different avenues, just for the time being, until eBay do something about these fees, because they will have to. If Vinted Pro comes out and they're charging no fees, eBay will have to reduce their fees or get rid of their fees for clothing. So yeah, might have to temporarily look to something else, but that's fine. But yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, let me know what you think. Please consider subscribing, leave a thumbs up, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you guys. Bye bye.